Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming in and sit on down because today we're talking about crop circles. Do you remember crop circles? I feel like it's been forever since I've seen or heard about crop circles. I remember back whenever I was a youngin' and like Men in Black came out, that was a big thing. There used to be newspaper articles about it. Used to be in a lot of movies, TV, you know, film, all that kind of stuff. It's seemingly gone. It had got me scratching my little monkey brain thinking, where did they go? What happened? What the hell happened to crop circles? I need to know. It's a beautiful phenomenon. So today I wanted to dive deep down that rabbit hole and get to the bottom of it ourselves. And if you don't know what crop circles are, let me tell you. Crop circles are geometric or abstract patterns created by the flattening of crops, which are typically cereal crops such as wheat, barley, or even corn. These formations span hundreds of feet and can range from simple shapes such as circles, triangles, and crescents to more intricate designs like pictograms and complex mathematical geometry. Furthermore, these crops are not cut, but are laid down and often swirled into intricate floor patterns. Yeah, see, that one's fake because they're all broken. The real ones, they're laid down. The aliens perfectly made them by pressing the corn down. I don't know why that would matter. Most crop circles appear seemingly random overnight, but over 50 eyewitnesses have reported that they can appear in the daytime in a matter of minutes or even seconds. They did that in 3 seconds. The entire design, they did in 3 seconds. It was amazing. It's also said that orbs of light have been seen hovering over crop circles shortly after appearing. Are we trying to insinuate that those are angels, or are we trying to insinuate again that these are aliens? It's alien post-nut clarity. Whenever aliens do their crop circles, they're just like, oh my god. To this day, there have been over 10,000 crop circles reported across 60 countries. I would assume the majority has to be America.
Wrongo.
Okay. England?
Yeah.
The term crop circle wasn't coined until 1980s, but one of the earliest recorded instances of a crop circle-like phenomenon comes from an 1678 English woodcut pamphlet known as the Mowing Devil. That's actually kind of sick. The pamphlet tells of a farmer who, refusing to pay a laborer to mow his field, swore he would rather the devil mow it instead.
He didn't want to pay like 10 shillings or
I'm
whatever.
not fucking paying you to mow it. The guy's like, oh, really? Well, I hope the devil comes and fucks you up. That night, his field was engulfed in flame, and by morning, the field was found to be perfectly mowed, that no mortal man was able to do it. Like that, pretty much. Have you seen those TikToks of the guys mowing and they make intricate patterns? My yard's gonna look beautiful and perfect forever. No!
Wait, I want to thank today's sponsor, Gamer Subs. Now, I like to get nice and hyped up in the morning, but sometimes I don't prefer coffee. Sometimes I don't want a carbonated energy drink like Red Bull or Monster. I just want something a little more fresh, something a little more me. And that's why I drink Gamer Subs. Not only does it have 0 calories, so my big fat fucking belly doesn't get any bigger, also no sugar as well for that stubborn waistline. And it's even keto friendly for any of my little gym rats out there who are trying to protein bulk right now. I see you. All of the flavors are amazing. I haven't had one Gamer Subs flavor that I didn't like. All of them are extremely tasty, especially mine, raw meat. It's watermelon cantaloupe. It's basically summer in a cup. Wow. They also sell amazing waifu cup that resell like goddamn blood diamonds on the black market, so be sure to check those out as well because those are a hot commodity. And if you use my promo code PAPAMEAT on any orders, not even on my products, you'll get 10% off your entire order. And just let them know Papa Meat sent you. So thank you so much to Gamer Subs for sponsoring this video, and hey, stay energized, drink Gamer Subs. Back to the video.
For the next 300 years, crop circles began to pop up sporadically every once in a while. However, it wasn't until the 20th century when the sightings began to surge. One of the first and now most notorious modern sightings was in 1966 in Queensland, Australia. This is insane to me. I literally always thought that they were always in America, like in Iowa or some shit, you know what I mean? Nebraska. One day, a banana farmer named George Pedley was driving his tractor past a lagoon when all of a sudden, he heard a loud, ear-piercing hissing noise above his head. To his surprise, when he looked up, he noticed his flying saucer rise at great speed from the lagoon and vanish in a puff of blue vapor before his very eyes. Did we forget to tell you that George Pedley was also a PCP addict? That's not true. He's like, it was unbelievable. Came out of the lagoon and just fucking darn, man. It's like a crazy blue smoke. It was wild. When George went to investigate the area, he saw a nest-like mark, 9 meters in diameter, in the lagoon's floating reeds. Upon inspection, he realized many of the reeds were fused together, presumably by the heat of the alien engine. How do they melt together like that? The reeds also continued to swirl in a clockwise direction for several minutes after the UFO left. This is it keeps moving. That's so crazy. What about you, Falcor? Is that moving or? Please stand by George's story and believe that the shape in the lagoon was caused by a plant disease or water damage. They're like, George, this is very typical science. He's like, I don't know what fucking schools you guys go to, Mr. Smarty Pants. Many meteorologists also suggested that the saucer nest may have been created by whirlwinds or small vortices known as Willy Willies, which are just similar to dust devils, which are also similar to bouncing betties. They're also similar to crazy coolers. But when a lack of evidence failed to confirm this theory, George's story made international headlines. Like how everyone's just like, meteorologists, scientists and stuff are talking about it. What did you say, George? He's like, thank you for giving me the platform I deserve. So I'm pretty sure I saw like a... George told a local news correspondent, quote, "And anyone asked me 5 days ago if I believed in flying saucers, I'd have laughed and thought they were nuts. But now I'll know better. I actually have seen a spaceship." For real. More sightings began appearing all around the world, mostly in countries like USA, Canada, Russia, and even Japan. But England was the epicenter of the sightings. I can't believe that. When we reviewed that, I could not believe that. Could have swore it was just a bunch of farmers being like, I don't know how the hell all this popped up, but it just did. But instead now it's gonna be like, well, I don't really know exactly how it did it, but they seem to be popping up in the fields. Approximately 90% of all crop circles are actually found around Milk Hill in Wiltshire, home to Stonehenge and the Avebury Stones. I guess it makes sense. It's mystical properties, but also people speculate that Stonehenge was propped up by aliens, right? That's a theory too, right? In 1978, the first crop circle in Wiltshire, England appeared. This particular formation consisted of a simple, large circle and was initially thought to be weather-related phenomenon, as it appeared overnight, with no clear explanation for their sudden and precise formation.
Must have been the weather.
Well, I probably think that it's probably just the weather, eh? We have nothing to worry about, Then in 1980, more circles started to appear at Cheesefoot Head in Hampshire. The f*** are these names, dude? Cheesefoot Head? That's actually kind of sick. Oh, you ever just see those aliens over at Cheesefoot Head, eh? Oh, it was bloody well fucking wild, eh? Gotta go down and get a pint and a scone. This formation, known as the Cheesefoot Head Circle, consisted of a series of concentric circles that spanned several hundred feet in diameter and were positioned in a perfectly straight line. How did they get to be that perfect? Can someone show me how they got a bloody well ruler that long, eh? It's probably bloody well sponges up in the sky. Crop circles were seemingly placed randomly, but this one marked a new level of complexity and a new level of people being in ooh and ahs of these kind of alien phenomena. Up until now, crop circles had remained relatively unknown to the public, but in July of 1990, a 600-foot-long pictogram appeared in Eastfield, England, and ignited the entire world with the interest of crop circles. Huge, way bigger than any other crop circle we've seen. Which also, in the 60s, there was kind of the space race stuff too. It affected music, all kinds of stuff. Rocket Man, David Bowie doing all the crazy fucking shit he did. It was just a very eccentric, spacely time back then.
How come when people started hearing about UFOs, all of a sudden they start appearing out of random?
Now that this is popular, I've been seeing them for a while. The only person I believe so far in all of this, I'll be honest, George. What does he have to lose?
Nothing. His dignity.
He has no dignity, dude.
In a documentary, he's like, this is the spot he was in.
This is a spot right here where it was in, and it was unbelievable. They were glowing, eh? Oh, he's Australian. This is the space that they were in right here. This event was the catalyst that piqued the crop circle interest that we know today that's been in movies and all this kind of stuff. Thousands of people traveled to Wiltshire to experience this crop circle firsthand.
Which actually pissed off a lot of farmers.
Look at that, probably killing all their crops and stuff, walking through the places. They're like, get the f*** out of my field. Following this event, crop circles became increasingly more complex, with more intricate geometries and even larger sizes. People were like, we gotta go bigger. We gotta go bigger. We gotta go wider. There was also a noticeable shift from more simpler, more mysterious designs to highly detailed and often symbolic ones. I think people were starting to realize that these things were like hieroglyphics or messages. There's even been jokes about like, what are they trying to say?
Aliens are trying to talk to us.
They're trying to talk to us. Such as the incident in 1996, where a crop circle appeared opposite of Stonehenge, depicting depicting a mathematical fractal called a Julia set. And a fractal is a type of mathematical shape that are infinitely complex. A crop circle features hundreds of circles arrayed along a spiral. Apparently, a local pilot flew over the field an hour before the crop appeared and saw nothing, and then flew over it again, only to see a spiral of progressively larger circles. Well, I flew over there before, and when I flew back, there was a lot of them. So
Explain that one.
if I don't really know how to wrap my head around that, so I'm just gonna assume aliens, eh? Then a similar formation called the Milk Hill Spiral was formed in 2001, which is one of the largest crop circles ever, stretching over 900 feet and containing over 400 circles. It appeared overnight in a time frame of 4 hours of darkness.
How could humans do that?
Humans, there's no way. Aliens are real and they're walking among us. And if it was 2020, we would have done the Among Us meme, but we're not going to put that deal. Among Us. Okay. In August of 2002, a crop formation of an image of an alien appeared in Winchester. Now they're not even being as discreet. We're aliens. It's like we figured. No, but for real, we're aliens though. Alongside the image, there was a disc-shaped crop formation that held a secret binary message. Beware the bearer of false gifts and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. There is good out there. We oppose deception. Conduit closing. In 2008, one of the most complex crop circles was found near Barbury Castle, and it measured 150 feet in diameter and is apparently a coded image representing the 10 digits of the number pi. Why would aliens want to put that out there?
Because we know pi.
3.3.14. That's all I got. We talked about all of the little crop circles popping up. All the most iconic ones were in England. How? Why? What are some of the explanations to some of this stuff? Well, because of the growing public interest of crop circles, many experts began to pop up. Say it along with me. Experts. They were referred to as croppies or cereologists. They call me a croppie, but I'm also more scientifically referred to as a cereologist. That's what you'll see on my Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. And they proposed various explanations for the origins of these circles. Some claim that the circles had been created by UFO landings or unknown energy sources, possibly paranormal. I didn't know that crop circles got paranormal, but they did. Or, my favorite one, miniature black holes appearing. Miniature black holes would appear and they would create all of these very intricate designs. That's possible.
What do you think makes them?
I think it's got to be man. When I was younger, I was like, oh, aliens. But that didn't last very long. I think I was just like, oh yeah, they probably some guy just like stepped on it. That's what I imagined. Because I grew up near corn. They're just like giant like organic, like not like leaves. They're almost branches, but you can just like push them over. What do you think?
I think it's Bigfoot. They use interdimensional powers to teleport to England.
There's big feet in England, isn't there?
Is there?
I thought there was. I thought they're all over the world. Others think that they could be communications from the spirit world or trans-dimensional gateways, like that show Stargate. Maybe that's what's causing the crop circles, maybe. Since most of the crop circles are found around Stonehenge, experts theorize that crop circles are made from hidden ley lines and that they are mystical seams of spiritual energy that intersect at the sacred sites, like a web of beautiful energy. That's what's causing the alien face to pop up in the crop circle. And one of the more tame explanations is that the crop circles are caused by unverified weather phenomenon. Get that the f out of here. Who wants to even hear about that? Either like just be like, this is stupid and it's not aliens, or be on the alien side. Don't tell me some bullshit with weather phenomenon. Also, it doesn't make what the wind's gonna be like. Let's press this down here, and we'll turn around and we'll do a little circle here. It feels stupid. Which one theory is that crop circles occur when whirling columns of air pick up electrically charged matter, flatten the crops, and produce bright lights above the circles. Well, I can tell you why it happens. This is because of them. It's picking up electrically and it's making the things glow. Yes, I am a very acute scientist, and I'm also a cornologist, or whatever the f we said earlier. Another one is that a ball of lightning generated by microwaves flattens the crops. Scientists found that the apical nodes of wheat stalks that are found in the crop circles have ruptured spontaneously. One theory is that radiation is heating up the water in the nodes, which turns to steam and causes the nodes to rupture, similar to popcorn. People who have witnessed crop circles have said to see a mist of vapor coming off from the circle, leading many to believe that this is steam caused by the microwave radiation. What that doesn't really tell us is why it is like a perfect circle in straight lines. God, our Lord and Savior, does work in mysterious ways, and sometimes maybe plays little practical jokes on corn. Despite their best efforts, researchers have never been able to capture any crop circle formation formations with any cameras or electronic equipment. It is also said that electronics act up and malfunction in crop circles. That's the case. There's never been a clear picture of an alien, a UFO, or Bigfoot. I don't know what the camera companies need to do to get their equipment to work during these paranormal phenomenons, but please, can someone make a camera for it? How has there not been a camera yet? How is Canon or like Sony not, like seriously, not done one camera where it's like, this is for ghost hunting? That would fucking sell like hotcakes. I never understood that impression either. Some people believe that they are caused by animals. One theory was brought up in the 1980s that which said that they formed an overactive hedgehogs. Apparently during mating seasons, hedgehogs like to and they roll around in the corn and cause perfect crop circles to form. Then in 2009, there was one specific documented case of wallabies forming the crop circles. In Tasmania, there are legal opium farms for the pharmaceutical industry. And according to the Australian State Attorney General, wallabies were getting into the fields and hopping in the circles, eating the opium poppies and getting high as a kite. That's a quote. The wallabies were getting fucking stoned in a goddamn opium den in the middle of nowhere. Then we get into the saddest part, the hoaxes. The most obvious theory is that these formations are man-made.
Boo.
Yeah, exactly. Boo. No fun. No fun alert. No fun alert. Most of the crop circles appeared next to roads, areas of medium to dense populations, and culturally significant monuments. In 1991, two Englishmen, Doug Bauer and Dave Chorley, confessed to starting the crop circle trend in England in 1978. George Bradley was a little before that, buddies. All right, I'm not sure if you really started it, if old George was huffing that vape pen, all right? They claimed to have been responsible for more than 200 crop circles over the past 13 years. That's unfortunate.
We're having fun, mate.
I just thought it was a nice practical joke to do for 13 years, but we grew up. At the height of the prank, they said that they were creating up to 30 crop circles each summer. That's like some serious unemployed friend energy, dude. To prove their claim, they had photos of the designs of the crop circles they had made in their shed. Their technique required a 4-foot-long wooden plank, a ball of string, and a baseball cap with wire threaded through the visor as a sighting device. At the center of the intended sight, Doug held one end of the string and the other was attached to a plank, held horizontally at knee level by Dave as he circled Doug, pushing the grain gently forward. Doug and Dave said that they conceived the hoax in 1978 while sitting in a pub near Cheesefoot Head. That turned into 13 years of you doing that. Imagine doing that 30 times each summer and like being like, this is hilarious.
They said they would like tune into the radio and be like, oh
my God, They were inspired by the UFO sightings in Australia, and they decided to flatten some corn to make it appear that a UFO had landed. I mean, maybe once, maybe twice even. Maybe a handful of times that could be funny. Especially after people started doing it too.
It was an art form.
It is a bit of an art form. They only decided to reveal it was a hoax once circle enthusiasts began seeking government funding and copycats started to pop up.
Yeah, they got jealous. Wait, making money?
Yeah, can I get some money off that? Jeez. Interestingly enough, their admission to the hoax sparked more crop circles to pop up, as well as having more people admitting to fabricating the crop circles in the 80s. It's a copycat killer type thing. Pop up, sparks intrigue again. It is speculated that there was probably like 5 different groups of people creating crop circles in England at that time. I'm guessing in like the late 70s through the 90s. People are still not convinced that these are man-made, at least not all of them. Well, I mean, yeah, they said it's fake, but it might be haunted now. It's the thing of you having a guy be like, no, we did all of them. Here, these are the plans. This is the photos that everyone knows. And the people are like, yeah, I mean, that one probably was. But I mean, think about the other crop circles that formed up. Maybe the aliens got inspired and did it themselves.
Well, that's what would happen, because the two came out and said it, and then they're like, okay, those ones, but this one definitely was.
Yeah.
And the copycat would be like, no, actually, I did that one.
Yeah, okay, well, that one might be, but this one wasn't. No, I did that one too. Well, sure, but this is the one that's real. Some argue that the formations are too intricate to be man-made, especially during the middle of night. Tell me that, what are you gonna, you see in the dark, sir? Are you claiming to see in the dark? And citing back to Doug and Dave's admission, believers pointed out that there were holes in their story. They never agreed on the actual year that they started, and when asked to demonstrate the process on camera, the designs were inaccurate or out of alignment.
They're doing it right in front, and the believer's like, no, that looks like shit compared to that one.
Well, yeah, this is like, this one doesn't look right at all. And they're like, I mean, it's been a while. But not only that, but man-made crop circles are damaged and creased on the bottom, and real crop circles have no damage, and the plants are woven together.
Like a blanket.
Checkmate. Checkmate. Genuine crop circles will have the plants continue to grow sideways and eventually return back to its original upright position, whereas man-made crop circles will not because they're crushed and broken. Some scientists have claimed to observe differences between the crops inside the circles and outside them, citing as evidence that they were not man-made. That's from a scientist, a man of science. For example, the head of wheat that is outside of the circle curls and can't be straightened out, but the wheat in the crop circle is straight. Me thinky. They also found that wheat inside the crop circle had 50% higher protein than those on the outside because of the microwave radiation happening. If you're keeping up, please, if you're not, click off the video. There was also a study that was performed by baking bread from the wheat inside of the circle and outside a crop circle, and then they compared the two breads. They found that the wheat from inside a crop circle was said to have a musty aftertaste from the space radiation. There are also many people who have visited crop circles who have claimed to feel and see energy from the circle, and we do have a quote here. We lowered ourselves down while touching our hands together. We could see our hands turn white with red blotches, and the ends of our fingers tingled. When we came up together, our hands returned to normal. We went down again, and the same thing occurred. There are even some who think that the people making the crop circles had been instructed to create them subconsciously by aliens. That's a big brain response. Well, you did that because you were possessed by an alien. They're a little puppet by an alien, bro. How's it feel? Some propose that godlike entities such as Gaia are asking to stop global warming and human population. Gaia, the Roman... The Titan, literal Mother Earth, or that aliens are trying to communicate with us somehow, some way. Giant billboards and crop fields that are telling us things. Who knows what the hell it is? People have also made comparisons between crop circles and the mysterious Nazca lines, which are a group of 2,000-year-old geoliths in Peru. True believers have speculated that shadowy government agencies are intentionally making man-made crop circles to deceive the masses and make it harder to detect the real crop circles. Jesus Christ. It seems that the crop circle phenomenon has lost steam because it's too intertwined in people coming out and just admitting that it was a hoax. Also, I feel like with the internet and with cell phones and stuff, I feel like it's too easy for people to just capture wrongdoing now versus in the 70s or even 60s. It was probably really easy just to be like, yeah, I don't know what happened. And people were like, oh my God, there's probably an alien. Probably an alien. I feel like people were much more just willing to accept anything back then. But crop circles it's an interesting phenomena. I wonder if anything like that will ever pop up again. It's a weird paranormal effect that happens. It's like people believing in ghosts or, other kind of otherworldly sightings such as cryptids or anything else. Crop circles kind of have that, they fit in that nice little mystery, almost conspiracy-esque. I wonder if people still believe, people probably still believe in crop circles being from aliens and stuff. Definitely. Crop circles are very interesting. They used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid, but it's kind of funny to just know that it's just like a couple British guys who are pranking. Or maybe it is from aliens. I don't know. What do you think? I saw M. Night Shyamalan's movie Signs, and you watch that film and try to tell me that aliens aren't real. Checkmate. Okay, bye.
Kind of like around the perimeter of the field, and I just got bored and I wrote the word oof in huge letters with the mower. So if you can't, it's upside down right now because it's supposed to be viewed from that way. So right here's the F. It's upside down, but so you'd be able to see it if you were that way. But there's one O right there, O right there.